Hey, good morning, friends. Well, we finally made it to that time of the year. It's October in North Carolina. I love the fall, and couldn't be a better place to be right now in the mountains. It's just starting to get cool, but we hadn't had any cold fronts here come through in North Carolina. So all the leaves are still on the trees. They're just now starting to drop. Um, Actually, I'm a little ahead of the peak change in the leaves, but I think over the next 5 days, we're going to see them change. So if you like fall fly fishing, we're going to see it over the next 4 days. So I'm out in the Smoky Mountains. Actually, I came in yesterday. I took the 5+ hour drive from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and drove into a new trailhead, new creek. All where I'm at right now is completely new. Hiked in 5.9 miles, a little further than I thought. Of course, it's a roughed out map down the trail. As I kept hiking, I thought it was like 5.1, 5.2. Well, it ended up being 5.9 miles. And from about mile 3 on in, that's when the climb really started. So yeah, I was happy to get here. It took about 2.5 hours to hike that in. And so yeah, I was pretty beat yesterday. I did get an hour and a half fishing in just right here at the creek. But didn't get anything. But yeah, once I got everything set up, and yeah, it was just nice to wet a line and see what might be in the water. I did see a number of trout there in the water, and but right here by the camp. But probably about 6:30, but couldn't land them. So, but anyway, this is going to be a long trip. Actually, we are 2 nights here in the Smokies, and then I'm going to pack it up, hike out of here, and I'm going to drive further west in North Carolina, move to the Nantahala. I'll be very close to the Tennessee border, and going to hike in and chase some native brookies. I'm actually going back to a creek that I've actually been in 2 other adventures y'all have seen this year. My buddy Mike's going to meet me at the campsite, so I'll fish for pretty much half a day and then a full day. He's going to meet up, and we're going to fish together for a day or two, and then I think he might stay another day or two out there by himself. So anyway, what's going to be cool is I think over the next 5 days, we're going to see the leaves really change. I think I can actually tell between yesterday and today, there's more yellow on some of the trees. When I look up at some of the birch and some of the elm, I can see more yellow right here at the campsite. So that's typically what I see. Probably the leaves will start falling on the water on the last day. But yeah, fly fishing when you're out in the fall can be a little bit of a challenge when those leaves are falling. So I typically like to get just as they're starting to fall in the peak color, and then right on the back end where most of them have fallen, you might still have some leaves on the trees, but we'll see how that goes. The creek that I'm fishing on here in the Smokies, as I got up to this higher elevation, it got a little skinny. They do have some good plunge pools and so forth, but I'm actually going to hike down a couple of miles and get where it's a little bit bigger, and then fish up for the day. So, and water looked really good. I guess about the 2.5 mile. I really liked what it looked like, and then it got to where it's kind of hard to get in. So I'll get to where I can get in, and then just fish all the way up. And then, as I got higher elevation, certainly it was easier to get out and so forth. So we'll see how that goes. All right, I thought I'd make a little pit stop on the hike back downstream. too good of a little pool below this cool bridge to fish here. See if I can make this first cast count. A little yellow chubby with a rainbow warrior jig. Finished off with that last night. Oh, yep, good sign. Second cast, I like that. He hit the top. Probably won't get another shot at him. Oh, there we go. Wow. He hit the jig that time. Love these Smoky Mountain bridges. So cool. You can see the leaves starting to drop. You got a breeze going, so man, they have picked up steam. Now, I wasn't seeing this around the campsite last night, and you can see the golden up top with the sun hitting it. Yeah, look at that. That might make it a little challenge on the water today, but that's all right. Great place to be right now. It's nice and cool, fresh, low humidity out here. All right, so I hiked down 3.2 miles and then got in the creek and found a section where the creek where it had a lot of good banks, so I was able to then hike down the creek without disturbing any of the water, probably a quarter of a mile. And so I'm gonna start fishing up and then just keep going. One of the things I discovered, I hit this little pool here at the front of it with my dry dropper again, and I hit another couple pools early, when I first got in. The weighted nymph's not gonna work. I mean, it just keeps hitting leaves and leaves. I mean, I might go back to it later but it just hits leaves. The leaves aren't catching on it, but it's just hitting it and just pulling the dropper under constantly. So I'm gonna go with just put a Royal Wolf on here. I hadn't fished a Royal Wolf much in the last year, but I always loved fishing it. But I got a Royal Wolf I can see really well with a no weight, no flash waltz worm. I'm gonna try the unweighted fly a little bit, maybe try some wet flies, see if that does better and doesn't catch on the leaves as much. If that's still a problem, it's just gonna be dry flies all the way. And yeah, because there's hardly any leaves on the top of the water. It's just they're down below and just right underneath the surface. So we'll see how that goes. It's no big deal. I love to fish dries. I've been watching this pool. Hadn't seen anything rise in here, but yeah, let's just see. It's what happens. It's about noon, and first time I've been to this creek, so you don't find much about it on the internet, and I'm certainly not going to name it. Maybe it is really good. So we'll find out. There we go. Oh, all right. I think he may have actually hit the Royal Wolf. It was hard to tell. The hook set felt like the waltz worm. I mean, it's kind of on top of the water too, just barely underneath. I may not get him again. I think I stuck him pretty good. All right, we're moving up a little bit now. Oh, I saw one swipe at the nymph underneath. Oh, don't know if he liked it or not. There he goes. There we go. He came right back. Sweet. If I can get him landed. Oh, he went at it and missed it, and I got him false hooked right in the back of the tail. That was sweet though. Wet the hand. Oh, good little rainbow. Whew. Come on, buddy. Come on. Decent sized little rainbow, probably about 7 inches. All right, let's get him back in the water there. There we go. Boy, water's good and cold. That was sweet. I saw him take one strike at it. He missed the nymph, throw it right back, and then boom, he came back and hit that nymph, and came out, and he caught on the back of his, I guess it's his dorsal fin. So nice. All right. Let's see if we can do that again. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. That wasn't nice. Oh, that was quick. You might like this waltz worm. There's another one. Oh, God, he was looking at the royal wolf. Oh, that was sweet. I love that. See the fish coming up. That was awesome. He was right there. He probably saw me. Here we go. What do we have here? Oh, let me get that hand wet. A little bitty bite-sized bow. All right, let's get him in the water. That was quick. There we go. Well, that is 2 on the waltz worm. A couple swipes at the royal wolf, but there we go. Nice. Another little bow. He is spunky. Threw the royal wolf out. There we go. Oh, that was a decent fish there. I think he went downstream. Let's see if he's down there. That's a decent bow there. I can see the big pink. See the big pink stripe. There we go. Little bitty guy. Little bitty guy. Let's see. Another little boat. There we go. On the waltz worm again. Alright, I took a little bit of a break, ate a Cliff Bar, and just took a load off the feet. I just changed up to a thunderhead, alright, and a zug bug. Got a little peacock curl, a little wing casing. Now, I tied the thunderheads. I tied up the thunderhead, but I didn't tie up the zug bug. Back in the day, before I tied flies, I used to use these in delayed harvest, hatchery supported waters before I started venturing out. They worked really well. And then I bought a whole bunch of them, but I haven't used them in years. But I'm gonna try it out. Another little wet fly, see how they work out here in the Smokies. I know the thunderhead works really well, so I'm gonna give it a shot. It's a good pool right here. I'm gonna make my way on up, fish for another hour, and then we're gonna have a little streamside lunch out here. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, boy, he came up like a torpedo. Nice. Little guy, but I guess he wasn't too small because I saw him come up from the bottom. Let's see if he's come back for some more. I don't think I stuck him. I think he just missed it. He might come back. There we go. Let's see, is it another bow? I think so, yep. Little guy. Very little guy. He took the zug bug. I think he just threw it out. Come on. Yep, there he goes. I stepped a little too hard and just spooked a really nice fish right where I just cast. I'd probably have a shot at him if I didn't step so hard. He heard the sound. It's not natural. He may have hung around, but he bolted into that current, looked like. Highly unlikely. He's still there. Well, it's been a slow day fishing, but a slow day fishing out in this beautiful place, certainly not a bad thing. Been moving along pretty fast, and it's just been slow. Don't know why. Change of seasons. There's been not many bugs rising up off the water or anything like that. and every now and then you can see some little bitty, very small bugs, but yeah, it's just how it goes. So I'm after I eat lunch here, I'm gonna keep going upstream here, and yeah, getting back out, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. I'll probably fish another 2 to 3 hours, but it gets gorge like, you know, at least from where the trailhead is. So I may have to come back this way. That's never the best. You always want to be able to get up because I need to keep going that way. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, beautiful stream. Yeah, just been slow. I'm hoping to catch a wild brown out here, but no luck so far. I just had one nice fish. I couldn't quite get to the net, and it was a decent sized rainbow. But you know, the rest of them, just little bitty ones, anywhere from, I don't know, 4 to 7 inches. That's been it. But still, that's a lot of fun. You know, that's what most of you are going to do out here in the Smokies. But you certainly will land you a nice bow, a nice brown here and there. So anyway, let's eat some lunch and just chill for a bit. Well, sitting here eating, there's a nice pool over here in front of me, and I've seen some bugs rising out of the water, some really small caddis, some of them a little bit bigger. So maybe there's a hatch brewing here, and maybe a little better luck on the way up the creek. So that's really the first time I've seen that today. So, finish off a little chicken coconut curry, one of my favorite peak refuel meals. Really, really filling. It's a lot of food too. There we go. Little bitty guy. Boy, he's dark. Man. He is a dark little guy. All right, go back to get bigger. There we go. Oh, God. Little nicer fish there. Doubt it if he's going to come back. There we go. Pretty pink stripe on that bow. A little bit bigger, maybe about 8 inches. There we go. Damn. How didn't he take that? God. I think he just missed it. It's a pretty decent fish. There we go. Another little bow. Another little bow on thunderhead. So good day on the water. I logged 8.1 miles. So I hiked down almost 3 miles. Then I had to hike back for 3 miles. But the fishing on the creek was approximately 2 miles. So yeah, I was happy with the day on the water. It started out really slow, and you know, not much action, a fish here and there, you know, a few hits, and then I got into a section to where the only really way to easily get in is where I started, and where the trail is, you know, level with the creek, and yeah, so that was, I mean, that was probably 2 hours of fishing, and it was very productive. Yeah, almost every hole I got to, I landed a fish, and or if I didn't, you know, had some good strikes and stuff like that. But yeah, really happy with the way the day ended up. I was a little discouraged, and at first, but yeah, that one section that I got to, and hiking back, I think if I come back here, I'll actually go to that same spot, get in the creek, and just go, because I think probably fishing up 1.5 to 2 miles. You just keep going, and eventually you come to a bridge that crosses the creek, so you can certainly get out there. But there's some spots that were very similar to where I ended up getting out, that if you wanted to, you can get up on the bank, and it's kind of a flat valley there. You had the creek, it comes flat, and it gets really steep. So it looks like you can just hike along in through the woods there. You know, it's pretty open there, and then eventually be able to get out. So, yeah, so good fire going. You know, you can't beat having that little saw. You know, I've got some been able to push over a couple of these fir trees that were rotten. One of them pushed it over, couldn't get it out of the root base, just cut it off. So yeah, got some good firewood. And funny, there's a piece of split wood here. So I don't know if it could have been somebody with a horse. You know, you can have horses on this trail in the Smokies. If they brought an axe and there was some wood that the Forestry Service cut here and then split it out here, or did they bring it in? I have no idea. But I just threw that on here, and yeah, I've got tons of firewood. So good fire last night, and yeah, great fire tonight. So one of the things I love, bringing that little saw out here. It's worth the you know, the 3 pounds. You know, so. But anyway, hey, if you're still with me on this adventure, stick with me. You know, tomorrow morning I'm gonna get up, pack up, hike out of here, go back to the Jeep, reload on some food and stuff, drive about hour and a half at the most further west, gonna park and hike back in for 2 days. And yeah, looking forward to that. Be at a little higher altitude, so hopefully I'll see the more colors changing on the trees. So anyway, we'll touch base tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Hey, good morning. So get everything packed up here and get on out of here in the next half hour. So got up this morning with the alarm, packed up most of the inside content of the tent that is, and then having a cup of coffee so can get out of here and go to the second leg of this trip. So Remember, I'm headed to further western North Carolina. I'm in the Smokies for this first portion of the trip, and I'm going to the Nantahala National Forest, very close to the Tennessee border. So been there before. Actually made 2 trips there earlier this year, and hopefully if you've seen those trips, they were great trips. A lot of native North Carolina brookies in the net. So, but yeah, last night woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and man, the moon was completely full, but there was clouds over it a little bit. So I think it lit up the whole forest more than it did the other night. It was amazing. The picture of it is, you take a picture of it with my phone, and it's completely bright. It almost doesn't, it's so bright, it's like a big blur. But during that, while I was out, a white-tailed deer was in the campsite. So I've been out here so many times now over the years. I never see a lot of wildlife. A couple times I've seen some white-tailed deer hiking in, jumped them up, but that's the first time an animal that I've seen getting up in the middle of the night or sitting around the campfire or getting up early in the morning. It's really amazing. You figure you're out in the middle of the forest. You know, in this case, I'm almost 6 miles out from the trailhead, and yeah, actually the first time I've seen something actually come through the campsite when I'm awake or when I'm here. I'm sure plenty of times, you know, when I'm out fishing or sleeping in the middle of the night, but yeah, she, you know, with my headlamp on, she pretty much kind of stayed put there. She was pretty close, and but as I moved around, she spooked away. So, but anyway, let me show you the creek here. I actually never showed the whole campsite here. So it's really a nice campsite back here in the Smokies. You know, set the tent up here. I mean, it's really large. It's cleared out, you know, pretty well. I mean, it's set for, I don't know, 12 is the occupancy, I think. So you can see it. There's plenty of room to put people. A lot of number of bare cables, but this is what's always so nice. You know, you got to have a campsite by the creek, that's for sure. But, so this is the creek that I've been fishing, that I fished, you know, all day yesterday. But, you know, we're, like I said, I hiked up 5.9 miles to be exact on Saturday morning, and, you know, really started coming up in elevation. But, you know, you can see it gets pretty skinny up here. So that pool was holding 2 or 3 trout on Saturday. Saturday late, tried to get them to bite on a couple things, but just couldn't. But I fished up about 50 yards on Saturday, came up through here, and yeah, really nice spot here at the creek. Hear it all through the night, that's for sure. So. All right, so we're gonna get packed up, get hiked out of here, and we'll touch base when I get to the next destination. Take care. Hey, if you're just now joining in on the channel, please subscribe, follow along with me the rest of this journey, and for the rest of the year. Talk to you later.